the whole world's fucked up because what we come to find out is fire department personnel rolled up on the scene, and these niggas didn't even provide aid.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
I go back. So for the moment where I like, okay, let's heal, let's get good, nigga. I'm back on my send the asteroid shit and hoping God forgive me.
Yeah.
Cause nigga, we are fucked up per percent. And like, yeah, I get it. I'm dealing with only Americans, so but then I get news from other places too. Nigga, we fucked up. You got
Man, you
people who
was
have a sworn duty to protect. You got people, and at one time I was an EMT who went to school, got a license,
yeah.
and if you were a paramedic EMT, got more education just to show up on the scene and not do shit.
Mm-mm. No. No.
And I get the power to
No
them
excuse.
police, but fuck that. I've been in rooms with doctors before. And I'll be like, "Hey man, what we doing? What we doing? What's the end goal for this case besides you getting paid?"
Yeah. Exactly.
So, so what I'm talking about, y'all, is three members. So we talked about, you know what? Let's go back real quick. Cause we kind of went over that because it leads back to the niggas. Cause I think as black people, we are so disappointed in the niggas that it's like, if you show me a white dude in a police uniform, I go, yeah, of course that nigga didn't provide no aid.
Yeah.
It was a nigga on the ground, dead.
Yeah.
But seven Memphis officer is relieved of duty after Tyre Nichols' death, police say. It isn't clear whether the officer who wasn't identified will face charges. And as I alluded to, we started talking to, the thing is, what they're saying is when the actual, I guess, beat down happened, which was, I think, when we did the show last week, that third kind of angle from the light pole.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
this
tower
guy,
camera.
he was there to do, he tased him, but when he ran, he was known. They're saying he was known. Oh, somebody. Oh, that's high. But as I was saying is, once again, you are sworn to protect. Much like any
Right.
soldier, just saying, yeah, I executed an unlawful order. They will go, you going to jail too, nigga. That was an unlawful order, and you knew it was. Um, and like I said, Preston Hemphill and other officers' actions and inactions have been and continue to be part of investigation since its inception on January 8th. Uh, the day after Nichols' traffic stop and the day all seven officers relieved of duty, the department says. But it wasn't all seven. Or to our knowledge, we didn't know about all seven. It was only the five black officers that we were made aware of to begin with. So it's kind of some revisionist history going on right here. But then we also find out later, as I got ahead of, three Memphis Fire Department personnel fired for not providing aid to Tyre Nichols. Three Memphis Fire Department employees were fired Monday for what the department described as failing to provide Tyre Nichols an adequate, quote unquote, adequate patient assessment when they were called to provide medical aid after he was beaten by police officers. The two emergency medical technicians, Robert Long and Jermichael Sandridge, and fire engineer driver Lieutenant Michelle Whitaker, were initially called to provide medical aid for Nichols being pepper sprayed.
So, in addition to the five black officers that beat the kid up, there was also two other first responders who are African American that just stood by and did nothing.
I'm sorry, I didn't read this article, so I want a point of clarification. You said that they were alerted that the gentleman had been that Tyre Nichols had been pepper sprayed. Did
Right.
they know that this man had got his ass beat? Like if I'm back at the spot and you call me and say, yo, such and such got pepper spray, I'm coming up with like a gallon of milk to do what, wash your eyes out, so forth and so on. Were they not prepared because they were not informed appropriately?
Oh, here it says they just failed to conduct a proper patient assessment. So to me, it means they may have been given something on the radio, but when they arrived upon the scene, I'm gonna guess because we don't know that they just took the officer's words instead of going over there to adequately assess pepper spray, if he had been beaten,
Right.
injuries he may have been involved in. So
Okay.
I think that's why their license is being under question in their employment, because when they arrived upon the scene, they did not do a proper assessment, which means putting hands on a person.
Right. Because even if you
Which
was
even if they told him we just pepper
right,
sprayed him, that's it. They should have still checked. And it looks like down lower they got there, and it wasn't for 25 minutes until that he's transported to the hospital. So there was plenty
Right.
of time for them to do more thorough
Oh
physical
no, I'm not making
examination.
excuses.
And the way he got kicked in the fucking head, there had to have been evidence that he'd been beaten up.
fuck, just look at him.
Oh yeah, I'm not making excuses. I'm saying that I'm just saying I'm guessing this is what they failed to do when they arrived.
Yeah.
Not and yeah, they all should go to jail.
Oh yeah, but I think
Agreed.
there was plenty of time to do triage and like figure out what's wrong or ask
Oh,
the person and trust the person more than the cops.
I agree. When you arrive upon the scene and there are police officers around and there is no threat, the scene is safe. Do your assessment. The first thing you find out is when you're doing the medical is the scene safe. It is.
Yeah.
I need to go put hands on the person that you tell me I need to put hands on.
Yeah. And if they said
that is the 1 and 2. I don't care if you're in a medical facility. I don't care if you're in the field. I don't care if you're in fucking combat. That is the 1 and 2. Is the scene safe? Yes, it is. Okay, let's start doing a triage.
let's do the assessment. Now it's time to do an assessment. And it doesn't even matter which role you play in. Is the scene safe? And can I do an assessment?
Correct.
You know, whether you're a scout, medic, whatever. But if they had done an assessment, these officers or these first responders have fucking eyes. They have fucking eyes. That's like one of the biggest things that you have to do a fucking assessment. You can see that more than just his eyes are, swollen shut because, of a pepper spray or whatever. I mean, the man clearly has been beaten, and you can see it. So, yeah, all of them should be fired. And all of them should be brought up on charges, especially for the ones that did nothing.